all about our oath. And if these idiots ahead of, that are running our country right now, if they upheld their oath, we wouldn't have the problems we have today.
Right.
No problems. So I'm going to pass these around. Please join. If you know this is important for us because we can teach them the Constitution and remind them of their oath. But it's more important for the you'll pass those around. It's more important for our troops that are active duty. Our peace officers, sheriff is really important in this. Our politicians and all these guys. I was at that march last week, and I'm telling you, there was 2 million people there. There was no doubt. There was buses breaking down outside of town and couldn't get into town. They were walking miles to get to this thing.
Yep.
And every side street was full. We went from the Capitol all the way back to the Washington Monument. It was totally packed. So the people are awake.
Reporting was
a few
by
thousand.
Paris papers had 2.6, a London or TV station, and a London paper that said 2 million.
Yeah.
Over 2 million.
But this is what it's about, and if we turn it, they can't do it without us, folks. They cannot take this country and turn them communist or socialist without our help as citizens. So we've got to get to enough people that we can do this peacefully. And when they do stand, we need to back them when they're court-martialed. We need to back them. We need to stand up and back these guys if, in fact, they are standing against the unlawful order.
Lieutenant Aaron Watada.
What's that?
Lieutenant Aaron Watada.
Yep. We need to back these guys. And that goes for our sheriffs, our police, everybody.
One question, I was on our board yesterday. The Oath Keepers didn't want to carry us because we were this group, because we're too radical. What is the story?
Okay, let me clear this up.
The event's place. Really, you've been to our event now. You see, we're not preaching anything radical.
Well,
we're preaching voter registration. We're preaching.
Okay,
get the public informed.
But there, okay, he wouldn't be. You wouldn't be able to preach what you're preaching because it is nonpartisan. We have to keep it nonpartisan, and not only that, but there's these, and some of you may be, I don't know, truthers. We don't go for that. I mean, there's only one
thing. Item.
Help me out here. Conspiracy. There's only one conspiracy that we're involved with, and that's turning this country socialist or communist. That's the only thing we're involved with.
It's a political policy.
What's that?
That's a political policy by one of our parties.
Exactly.
We
don't want that. So we can't get into these other things because every time one of these guys, these truthers or somebody gets online, 2 or 3 people leave because of it.
I'm a truther.
Okay? That's good for you. You need to do more research. You need to look at the other
I've
side.
been to seminars and seminars, the engineers, the pilots, the whole 9 yards, the architects.
See what I'm saying? I mentioned it. You ain't.
There was
That's the reason. That's the reason we don't want it in our group.
Well,
there was
in our group,
They would have been told by now.
No.
They can't keep a secret.
No.
Well, there's lots of these things out there. That's why we don't get into
assassination.
it. So, what's that?
Just like Kennedy assassination.
There's so many.
I told you in that email I sent you, unless they killed all the frontline people immediately,
Be out already.
a conspiracy that large cannot stand.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Ray. Thank you, Ray.
Yeah, I like that.
You're in Arizona. I canceled last year.
So I've decided exactly what I'm going to be, which Goliath I'm going to take on. But I don't have some support from Kelly Townsend, who is one of the founders of the Greater Phoenix Tea Party organization.
Yes.
President Lee, isn't she? Yes. Kelsey. I met with Tom Husband this past week, and I got his support. And it was a good meeting. Rob today, and Bill, met him on the Tea Party website. Glad to be here, and you'll be seeing.
Yeah.
Where would you be running? East Valley. I'm in CD6, LD22, which is King Creek Power, Gilbert, Jeff Lake.
Not us.
Okay. But if there's anybody in the East Valley, we do meet, the Tea Party meets every Tuesday, 6:30 at the Rockin' R Ranch on Baseline Record. We got a good meeting there. We're actually, the first hour, we're concentrating on one of the principles, 28 principles, freedom from the 5,000 Year Lead book, which is a great book. Yeah, I've read it. You haven't read it?
It is.
By
But
Scout.
then so is, Common Sense. Back of Common Sense is Payne's book.
Yes.
Read that first. That gives you a foundation on which to read back. You can then know where it's coming from. And taken together, it is a very, very
Oh,
powerful
yeah,
document.
yeah. Also, somebody mentioned, and this has all been predicted in the 50s, when Ayn Rand came out with her book, Atlas Shrugged. You read Atlas Shrugged. How many people here have read Atlas Shrugged?
I got it on my laptop. I tried to read it 9 times and can't get past the
It
first
is
chapter.
slow
Okay.
reading.
In the beginning, it's slow reading, but then when you get into
I
the
didn't
book,
like the way they
into
bashed the Bible in the start, so
it,
sorry. Just personal.
to give you a little background, Ayn Rand grew up in Russia prior to the revolution, and she came to the United States and refused to go back at the age of, what was it, 15, 18?
16 was it?
6, somewhere around there.
The kid.
She's worked in Hollywood as a costumer, a scriptwriter, all kinds of stuff. When that book came out, 58, 59, she started it in 52. Everything that is in that book is coming true today. One of the biggest things somebody brought out, the mindless entertainment that goes on, is making minds of, to quote Rush Limbaugh, minds of mush.
Young skull full of mush.
The populace is being drugged.
There's a sequel to that book. It's by a name named Orwell, 1984.
Yeah. But where the name Atlas Shrugged comes from is one of the characters in the book is talking to the woman who's the main character of the book. And it's a long speech, it goes on for pages, but in part of it he says, when the weight of the world becomes so heavy, what does Atlas do? And she said, I don't know. And he says, shrug. We are coming to the point where we need, like I said earlier, let's see how 2010 goes. But there may be some point
I
where
am
we have
praying
to shrug.
that the revolution is here, we're in the middle of it, and this is the way it's going to be fought. Pray to God. Any combat vet sitting here knows what I'm talking about.
I'm going to say one
Smelled
thing.
it and seen it.
And only one
felt it
thing.
and heard it.
But we shall not fight our battles alone. There is a just God that presides over the destinies of
I
nations.
agree.
Amen.
Patrick
But
Henry.
let's not fight the battles with firearms and weapons until nothing else is left to us.
Yeah, it's a last
So you see the
resort.
whites of their eyes.
There may not be a
Oh, I don't have
2010
to wait that
election.
long.
Well, Bill